So I was doing some more research on that video I was doing earlier, yesterday that I made. Well, I don't know if it was yesterday, but still. That video about the Pikmin amiibo. Um, it it was confusing because it shows an amiibo that does not exist. If you haven't seen it, I'll pin it, but just, I don't know, this amiibo does not exist, right? So, I asked ChatGPT and made sure its citations were good, but, all in all, they seemed decent and reliable. But, at first, what I asked was, why does Nintendo not have a Pikmin amiibo that shows on the back of the new boxes? Because they did have older boxes, but and then it gave me what it like things of it as if like why it does not exist and like why it would be like marketing issues and stuff like that. But then what I did was I took the picture and circled the amiibo I was talking about, and I was like, no, this one does not exist, right? And it was like, you're right, it's Pikmin show up, but it's not correspond to any actual released amiibo. And basically what is discussed with the icon is a generic stylized icon, and it's abstracted silhouettes, because it's silhouettes on the back of the box. See, it's like Samus, Link, Mario, Bowser, and Pikmin. That's all the ones on there, and I'm going to later on see that those all do exist. All these are all actual amiibo that exist. And this is why Nintendo is Nintendo's using an unreleased design. It's just iconography and legacy internal template usage. And basically, it says that there are those. Those do exist. The Olimar and Pikmin from Smash Brothers and the Hey Pikmin series. But ultimately, it's just that way they can show that they are amiibo and that they do have a Pikmin amiibo, but it does not exist. Because if you take a look at this amiibo, this is not actually. If this was so that people wouldn't know what it is, you know. So they did take a lazy. It's kind of lazy, but they did take an unreleased version. And it did ask, isn't this false advertising? What it means, what false advertising means legally is that it represents an actual product available to purchase. This is featuring a product, but it's not available to purchase. And it's led to consumer belief that it can be, which it is kind of doing that, but it's also not, which also it causes material harm or deception, which is checking off these two boxes, but I think it needs to have all of them to be considered false advertising. So, what they're doing in the boxes is just a design motive, not part of any sales claims. So I'm not saying that you can buy this or anything. And why it feels misleading is because it looks like a real amiibo, and the shape is too specific, as I said before, for why they didn't use the one on the rock. And the final thing it gave me was the legal status is that's not false advertising. The collector's reaction is understandably confusing, and it is definitely lazy branding. The reality is the Pikmin silhouette is just a decorative placeholder and not a depiction. It's just so they can see that there's an amiibo for Pikmin. And now to show you that all these other ones do exist, we have Tom Nook. So let's put in Animal Crossing. And as you can see, we have a Tom Nook one right here. That does... Wait, hold up. Is that also one? I have a Tom Nook one, but it doesn't line up. I think there's another one. I'm thinking of the wrong... This is not really Tom Nook, but I think that's Tom Nook. Maybe. Let's take a look at all of them. It could be Isabelle. Might be Isabelle. No, that's Tom Nook. So there's another one that doesn't exist. Interesting. But, then we have Samus, as depicted right here, Samus. And then Samus. Wait. The old one should be like that, I think. I think the old one is that one, because I remember seeing one like that. I know there's one like that for sure. I think we're just missing it here. But there's Link. And then this is Twilight Princess Link, the other Link. I don't know why they're not showing up here, but I do know for a fact that those other ones do exist. Not Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword Link. See right here. See? Well, it's slightly off. But still. These, for the most part, because none of the Mario one has to exist like that. This all of them are just like that. I thought those were, yeah, see, Mario's like that. Mario shows up. And Bowser, I think, is actually different, too. Need the Smash Brothers Bowser. So there's that. So how to depict it, but I think... So only Mario is actually the only one. Mario is the only actual amiibo shown on the box that is available to purchase. It says right here, see, this is the old one? This is the old box. So, that's interesting. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I proved myself wrong and right in some ways. But I thought the Western did exist. I'm sorry for saying that wrong. But they need to fix some of this, because they could definitely put this as Bowser. They could definitely put it as Link, as this Link. It is close, but it's not quite, unless it's... No? It's definitely supposed to be this one, I think, but it's not. Anyways, all I'm saying is they could definitely take some chance to fix this. Because it needs to be done. This is not okay, Nintendo. We need to have those actual amiibo. It is okay, but it's not something that I think any of us like. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.